Welcome to Wedekind City. Or at least what's left anyway, which isn't a whole heck of a lot.
But don't let that fool you. Back in its day, Wedekind City was the largest city in the Wedekind Mining District.
Because it was the only city in the Wedekind Mining District.
And what is the Wedekind Mining District? Why, it's the district founded by George Wedekind, of course.
And Jerry, do you know who George Wedekind is?
He was the guy that founded Wedekind.
That's true, but you know what else he was? He was a piano tuner. The Wedekind Mine was founded by George Wedekind, who most would say was a crazy piano tuner who would like to do a little bit of prospecting on his spare time.
Searching for gold.
There was gold in them thar hills, gold on the mountains, in the rivers, and in the dark depths far below the surface of the earth.
He was mainly unlucky until he drove down an old country road way at the outskirts of Reno, walked up to a mountain that seemed pretty barren, still seems pretty barren if you ask me, and he found himself some golden dirt. He sent it off to the SA office. It came back as a little bit of gold, and he summoned for his two son-in-laws.
And together, the three of them started the Wedekind Mining District. And the Wedekind Mining District, well, it was expected to pay big time.
Heralded as the wealthiest mining area in the history of the earth.
And then came the people, because where there's gold, there's people wanting to search for gold. And just like that, Bryan City was formed. Because you see, before it was Wedekind City, it was Bryan City. And Bryan City was supposed to be the next up-and-coming town. At first, it was formed by George Wedekind just to hold the 14 workers of his new and up-and-coming mine. But once word got out about the mine, the town quickly grew not only in importance, but with population. By the year 1900, Bryan City was the town everyone wanted to be in. It eventually got an SA office, a ore house, several finely built cottages, and even a telephone line to Reno. And with the mines expected to pay big time, the papers regularly reported population by summer would be 100. And that the population by fall would be 1,000. And that Reno would be second to only Bryan City.
Now that did not actually happen, but what did happen was Bryan City became Wedekind City in 1901
when Wedekind sold the land, his mine, and Bryan City to John Sparks. Because even though the mines were expected to pay big time, it takes big time money to get the gold out of the ground. And Wedekind simply didn't have the funds needed for a full-scale mining operation. So he sold to the big-time cattle rancher, John Sparks, who was looking to get into the mining business.
You might know him as Governor John Sparks, the namesake of the town of Sparks.
First thing on the agenda, a new name, and Bryan City quickly became Wedekind City. Second on the list, sink some serious capital into the mine and town. And he spared no expense, making sure the now 100 Wedekind mine workers and their families had every luxury 1901 could afford. By 1902, Wedekind City had a post office, several finely built cottages, a recreation hall, public dance floor, electricity, and could even be reached by the electrical rail car from Reno. Suddenly, Wedekind City was the town that everybody wanted to live in.
Wedekind City often made the newspapers for its massive amounts of partying.
When you hear the bells go ding-a-ling, all join round, and sweetly you must sing. And when the verse and through the chorus all join in, there'll be a hot time in the old town tonight.
My kind of town, except for the fact that this town liked to party without alcohol. Yeah, you heard me. This was a dry town. So all of its partying was done not the Reno way, but the Wedekind way. Sans alcohol.
And with the mines expected to pay big time, Sparks set out to create a large-scale mining operation.
He served well, for he set the stage for a greater era and new industry. Giant equipment will control the hoisting and lowering of cages which carry men and materials. 2 years to finish the job. Hundreds of men at work under the ground, on the surface, high in the air. Thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars for equipment before one single ton of ore can be taken out. That's what gold mining is today. Where is that old-time pick and shovel now?
Alcohol or not, this town seemed to have everything going for it. So what exactly happened? How did it completely fall off the map? And where are the people of Wedekind today? Ironically, the mine ended up being the nail in Wedekind's coffin.
Mining business. Come here. I want to show you something. Why, it looks like the miners are leaving. Yep. You mean the mines have stopped production? Yep. There's not much ore left in this hard rock anyhow.
You see, after spending all that money and sinking all those permanent shafts, they found all of the ore was on the surface. Because at around 200 feet, they hit hot acid, which corrupted any remaining gold and silver that was in the ground. And with all of the surface gold already mined, Sparks' dreams of hitting the big time came crashing down. Right about the same time he went bankrupt, he was forced to close the mine and let all of the employees go. He even had to beg for money to run for a second term of governor. Suddenly, with no jobs, there just wasn't any reason to keep Wedekind City alive anymore. And one by one, everyone moved to where the jobs were.
Towns become ghosts, tombstones of vanished dreams. The graveyards of Nevada are full of men from all over the world who made rich strikes of ore in the turbulent past. In violence and chance, the treasures of Nevada were tapped by adventurers who accepted all challenges.
This train is bound for glory. This train, my Lord. This train is bound for glory. This train, my Lord. This train is bound for glory. All who ride you must be holy. Lord, 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 Lord. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Jerry, thank you for taking me out to the Wedekind Mining District.
You're welcome.
He loves to do these things with me. It makes him really happy to come on his day off and to do these things, doesn't it, Jerry?
Yeah.